Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be doing a complete guide playthrough of Sunlit difficulty of the Sunlit Showdown, because honestly this is actually a pretty challenging game mode and it isn't going to be a completely fair test because we're using basically Paragon 4 account. However, I am going to talk about which heroes are the strongest into certain matchups, and this has been advice given to me even from more like light spender players from the VN server, from this server as well. And hopefully you guys are going to be able to clear this difficulty. Okay, so here you have tanks. And in the early stages of Sunlit Showdown, this is when you can use your weaker heroes because they're not going to be very difficult team formations. Now, as for a couple of things, factional synergies, we don't know if this is actually applying anything. And also, it is also not clear if any buffs are actually activating. For example, like we know that Faramor gives an attack buff to an ally next to him. And when you're locking in your heroes over here in the preview, it looks clearly Faramor is going to buff Lenya. But when you enter the fight, this buff icon is not present. And then also, there's no indicator of a buff beneath the health bar of Lenya. So like, I don't know if it's actually activating or not. The thing you'll have to realize though is that basically, you need to have damage. You don't want the opponent to out-sustain you. Let's try Faramor of our own. Faramor is really good. Faramor, Lenya as a backup. And we'll just have another third one. Doesn't matter because the third one is not going to actually see any play. Faramor is probably going to clean it all up himself. And you can save your items for whichever opponent you think will be the strongest. I think we're fine against a Faramor, but I do want to use this one to Athalia to give us a bit of an edge. Athalia is strong, but Faramor is really strong. Faramor can get one-shot though by the Athalia. The Athalia nuke has a potential of one-shotting the Faramor. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. But for most opponents you're going to face, Faramor is one of the best heroes you can run. We'll lock in the other two items. Okay, so we have a Mauler team. They can be a bit tanky, so like we want to make sure we have enough damage to shred through it. Like this is another thing you have to pay attention to. We'll try Vala this time. We try Vala, who's a pretty good hero, but I'll bring a backup hero in case Vala doesn't get the job done. I don't want... I guess I'll go for Sinbad. Sinbad is another strong hero. Sonya is good, but really I would only play Sonya in number 1 position and get her ramped up, because otherwise she's too slow to ramp up and you could lose over time. So we'll go for Tamesia as a final hero. I don't think we'll have to use a final hero. So you'll see Vala. Vala will mark, and Vala has good damage. She denies energy of the opponent. That's why overall she is a good hero, and she has that execution, which is really strong. So Vala is a really good hero for this mode. Look at this. She's completely demolishing them. And we can just use our second item because we're going to get 2 new items. Saving the blue potion for Shemira in the final round. That's basically the strategy. But like, from my experience so far, you don't want to lose on time. And if you're using a tanky hero like Sonya, Valka, Tamesia, sometimes they're just not going to get the kills in time. And in those 90 seconds, if you don't get the kills on all 3 enemies, it's going to count as a loss. And your run will be over. You're not going to get any more coins that round. So that is really important. You need to make sure your hero you're running has the damage to kill them. So we have Shakira. I've used Bonnie, and... people have not recommended Bonnie, but she's done pretty well for me, so I want to try Bonnie here. Because she debuffs the opponent, she also can kite around the opponent pretty well. So I'm going to try this. As for the other heroes, I don't know, like Graveborn. I guess we can go for something like this. Oh no, we'll go for Sylvina. Sylvina is a really hard hitting nuker. Sylvina is really good as well, I like her a lot. Okay, so let's go here. We have Bonnie against the Shakira. She's going to debuff him. And she has some stuns in her kit as well. But she is going to take high damage, right? That's a problem. She's susceptible to being burst. So she's not the strongest, but she can get some initial damage off. Now, Sylvina hopefully will be able to clean it up. I think she will. Sylvina's good 1v1. I think she's going to handle Khafra, but Khafra is pretty good as well, and he's kind of tanky. A little bit difficult to deal with, but Sylvina has it. I might have to use a... Okay, Valka will have to clean up. I think Valka will clean up here, though. I think we're fine, but if we were worried, we would have used a blue potion. Valka is the best in 1v1 duels. Sylvina's fine, but I don't know. Sylvina isn't the strongest. Khafra is pretty decent, though, actually, if you haven't built, but, like, I guess you would. You'd get him up to Supreme Plus, which would be enough. Okay, Cryonai, Shakira, Lily May. These are squishy heroes, but you want to make sure you kill the Cryonai before she casts ultimate, otherwise you're in trouble, right? So, Lily May, technically... might be fine here, but she's not the strongest. I think Lenya it's time for Lenya, probably. Lenya will be good here. Sonya ramps up a bit too slowly, so I wouldn't probably recommend Sonya here. And of course, Athalia Harak would be great here, but we're not going to be running them right now. And we're saving Shemira for the later on in the game. So I'll go for Lenya, Sinbad. These are both strong heroes. Because honestly, I feel like Factional Advantage is not doing anything. Oh, Walker is another good hero. Walker. Okay, we'll go Walker on position 1. This seems pretty bold, right? But Walker is actually really strong. Because he has stuns and he has pretty high damage. But we have the shielding, okay. I'm actually worried. Kryna is going to get off her ultimate. So that's a problem. Kryna is going to get off her ultimate. My Walker is able to cast ultimate though, which is good. But Walker is going to go down. So now it's going to be down to Sinbad. Or sorry, Lenya. Lenya is good on 1v1. She keeps stunning the opponents. So like these melee heroes, they get completely dominated by Lenya. But Lenya can be somewhat countered by Lily May. But still, she takes that damage really well. Lenya is good in the 1v1s. The other one that we use first, Walker, I mean, he's okay. I don't necessarily think he's the best though. Okay, so let's go for these items. We'll spam all of them because we already have a lot of items. So we have Diurnal, Tiline, Scarlita. I feel like Sinbad probably will get the job done here. Sinbad into Diurnal would probably be fine. What other heroes do we have left which are good? Shemira. This is semifinals. We'll have Shemira in the finals. So now Natsu as well is good. So we'll run Natsu. He's really good. Natsu's basically the best for this mode. One of the best heroes. And I am going to run... Who else should we run? The final hero probably doesn't matter that much, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We'll just run Lily May, whatever. This is, like, Natsu's gonna do everything. Natsu will do it all himself. And if not, we have Sinbad as backup, which should be enough. So, yeah. Natsu is really good. He is gonna provide the haste down debuff onto Diurnal, and then after casting his ultimate, and we just leave him in the yellow mode, basically for the stuns in the haste debuff. This is kind of his preferred mode. Scarlita is really actually annoying with whoa. Scarlita is really annoying. I'm gonna swap out to Lily May because I don't want Natsu to die for free here. Scarlita is annoying with Tiline because Tiline actually is on the battlefield, so Scarlita remains in the air. I thought she was immediately gonna slam down. So Lily May does fine, but Sinbad would have also done fine there. And you can use that swap kind of strategically. This item ignite all enemies and allies, causing them to lose. That's not that strong. Okay, now we have the finals, a Harak, Burial, whatever, Rainier team. What is this item? This item increase one ally haste by 200 for 10 seconds, reduce allies haste. I mean, for 10 seconds is enough, right? It's just all or nothing. Like, if we give these to Shemira and then also give her the blue potion, she's gonna easily destroy them. And just to show you, like, we can just run Shemira without any other heroes here. I am sure that Shemira is going to get the job done. So you just give her you just give this. You give this. We don't need to give this yet, right? Okay, now we go for this. While she's casting her ultimate, she's going to sustain back up. Boom. And then go for it again. Why not? Even though we don't need it. It's a double haste buff. Boom. So Shemira is really good for the finals. Like, but she's really good for any stage. You can use her earlier if needed. So basically, guys, hopefully this is kind of helpful to give you an idea of what you can expect in Sunlit Showdown. I'm going to show you all the heroes which I've used to complete this Sunlit Challenge. However, the real big ones, the real strong ones are Athalia. Athalia is very strong. We have the Shemira. Vala is really good. Actually, I underestimated Vala. She's really good and strong. Lenya is really good and strong. Tiline is fine. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Tiline. I much prefer Athalia and Harak, because they actually can 1v3. Sylvina is okay, but not the greatest. And Faramor is really strong. Sonya is good, but you only want to run Sonya into a team that you know isn't too tanky. Because if they're too tanky, you're going to be stalled out and you're going to lose based on tankiness. And you don't want to lose based on just the opponent out tanking you. So that's the trouble with Valka and Sonya. They are really tanky. They're great in a 1v1. And they're probably going to definitely win, but they might be too slow. So that's the issue you have to watch out for them. Also, Hodgkin, he might be a bit slow, on the slower side. So, like, these are heroes, and even Timisia, very slow hero. But they are good. Even Kruger. They're good in 1v1s. They're probably going to win it, but you have to make sure that the opponents are kind of squishy and you're able to burst through them. Otherwise, these heroes are going to be too slow for you. Faramor is fast and high damage and good tankiness. He's really good, basically one of the best all-around heroes. Natsu is basically the best, and even just having him boosted up to Supreme Plus should be good enough. Rainier, just don't use him. He's not good, and I don't think, honestly, his buffs are actually applying, honestly speaking. And that is basically it. Sinbad is good. Sinbad is a good hero. However, I haven't liked him the best. Honestly, I like Lenya, Faramor more than him as like those melee bruisers. And Athalia, Harak are great. And Talion is good, but just using the number 1 position and then use like other heroes in the other positions, and she's just going to keep reviving and getting off value. So anyway, guys, hopefully this is helpful for you to clear Sunlit Showdown. I know it is a difficult game mode, but just try to take your time. Use high damage heroes, use your most upgraded heroes. If you have like a plus 15 exclusive equipment Lenya, if you have Athalia, Harak, Shemira, these 3 are basically Harak, Athalia, Shemira. If you have these 3, there's 3 free wins. Using them in the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, you're guaranteed to basically get those 3 wins. Save a blue potion for Shemira in the end, and use Faramor, Lenya, Sonya, Valka, Natsu early on. Or if you need to save for if you don't have Athalia, Harak, use Natsu and Shemira in those finals, and then Faramor in like the 3rd last match, and then these other Lenya, other heroes. Those are basically my recommendations. Hopefully this is helpful. Good luck. Good luck with this, getting all the rewards. Now, the key rewards from the Sunlit Market are going to be the Stellar Crystals and the Temporal Essences. Once you're done with that, you basically can breathe a sigh of relief. You've done most of the key things from this shop. However, of course, if you're looking for clearing out the shop, then get the Omni Acorns. They're really cheap. You'll get all of them done. But these Twilight Essences, these are expensive. But these are also whale-ish type of things, right? Free-to-play light spenders don't really need this many Twilight Essences. In here, there are only 40 in total. It's not a big deal. But over time, you can get them. But make sure you get the Stellar Crystals, Temporal Essences. That is important. So one final thing to mention, though, in this difficulty, you can lower the difficulty. And then you can reuse heroes 2 times, I believe. Also, it is going to be like less difficult opponents, but you're going to earn less coins, tokens as well. So that is one option. Definitely you can do that. But I would recommend Sunlit. I think most people are capable of doing it. Just use your heroes like we mentioned. The ones that we mentioned, and you should have no trouble. So hopefully this is helpful, guys. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.